I'm back again with journal number 2. Probably looks like I've been really busy. I've actually been quite off my game at the moment. But as usual, I think I've said before, I make a lot of covers and tend to put the pages together. It's the bit I really enjoy. I enjoy all of it, don't get me wrong, I enjoy decorating them as well, but that takes me longer. Stay there, good girl. So I have lots, and I do mean quite a lot, of journals kind of ready to go. So when I'm in the mood, I can pick one up and go with it. I'm usually in a position to go forward and finish it. So this one I'm calling Hortensia. I fell in love with this Stamperia paper. Really fell in love with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Colours are fantastic. This one, I mean, just look at that, isn't it beautiful? And I'm lucky enough, I managed to find sari silks that really toned beautifully with this particular journal. Very tempted to keep this one, but we'll see. I think it will go into the Etsy shop. Can't keep them all. So this is the cardstock over fabric. There's some, what is it, Tyvek down the centre here, just to try and keep it, to make it last as long as possible, really. I mean, I've never, if you read my notes on Etsy, I don't guarantee that my journals are going to last forever, and I don't guarantee that they are 100% archival proof. Suggest you use copies if you're putting your own things into these. So again, this one has got some bead dangles. It's quite fat, you can see. But it feels, I quite like doing this. This is third or fourth I've done with cardstock over fabric. Sometimes it goes a bit wrong because it's quite hard to get the glue right, but this one's pretty good. So we've got a vintage envelope here from 1921, I think. And I've made some little sort of dangles with punched flower and some lace and sari silk. The back of the envelope had this gorgeous purple tissue paper in, which went really well. So I've just popped a little library card with a fussy cut image on there. I've tried to add a little bit of yellow here and there just to lift these colours. Here we've got some vintage ledger, and in there I've put this is from a gardening magazine, and I've chosen the hydrangea or hortensia page for that. And this is a postcard. It's not got a stamp on it, but it's from 1918, so I imagine it was posted in an envelope. Quite a lot of writing on there. I haven't read it, so hopefully it'll... This is from sort of book of magazine articles from around 1900, and this is Hannah. She's my great-great-grandmother. I've got an envelope here from 1942, and on the back of that I've used some vintage book page. I made a little upside down tag for there. Here we've got some of this pretty tri-coloured chiffon ribbon with a bead. This is a vintage birthday card. These are from, I think these are from My Porch Prints. Yeah, I think it's called Faded Purple Ephemera. This is from an old music book. This is from a visitor's book, and I've just put a very slim tag in there. Tags are mostly backed onto cream card. I've made an envelope. There's nothing in it. I haven't made the envelope, sorry. It's a vintage envelope. I can't quite tell the date on it, but I've just dressed it up slightly and lined it with some vintage glassine. And that's just clipped on with a paper clip and a bit more of pretty sari silk. This is from the paper. bit more. So this is from 1924. This page I thought looked pretty. This is from, I think, My Porch Prints. I've got some vintage lace collar. That's from an old vintage collar. And this is from a book of botanical books. So again, that's got a slight sheen on it. My sewing machine was playing up slightly, so it's missed the odd stitch there. I thought that all looked pretty together. A bit of fussy cutting, and there you can see a little dangle. This is some vintage music paper, and in there I've got a tag made from My Porch Prints. I think this is one of her wildflower. Again, a little envelope I've put together from Stephanie's kit, My Porch Prints, and again I've lined it with a bit of vintage glassine. This is a page from that kit, and this is very thin paper, but this is an invoice from 1897 to a school, presumably, because it's for, I like this bit, 6 something slates. So this was pre-paper. The children, the children in this school were writing on slates. It's quite delicate. So this is piano roll paper that I've doubled over. This is a bit of napkin decoupage. Some beads in the middle. This has got 2 pockets, so we've got a little tag there. I don't know if I'm saying little quite a lot, I try not to. This is a vintage library card with a bit of Flower Fairy fussy cutting on there. And this opens out like so. Here we've got, it's from a botanical book. And a postcard, no stamp, but some pretty writing on there, obviously French. Another dangle, a pocket with a couple of vintage photographs in this one. This is a genuine one, might be Maud again, and this is my grandmother in her she worked on the trams in Newcastle, which is a city in northern England. So I'm popping her out into the world today. This is an old page from a savings book that I've just put a bit of, dressed up a bit with some stitching and fussy cutting. In this pocket I've got the front of an envelope from 1962, another of those pages that you could decorate if you wanted to, and a piece of ephemera from My Porch Prints. This is the other side of that birthday card, and I've got a Tim Holtz card and my great-grandmother, who was called Anna. This is an old envelope. I don't know if I said that. This envelope, I opened it out and made it into a page. Tiny bit of fussy cutting here. This is a pretty ruffle made from the sari silk, and another page from that magazine book. The back of the envelope, and another of my little embroideries. These originally were inspired by a combination of people really, Rachel and Jibid Neary mainly. So that one is Hortensia. You're not going to get a lot else in that one, but I like the way that one turned out. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.